Hello, everyone. Today, I'd like to talk about what are the symptoms of a toxic workplace. So, this list is not exhaustive. Of course, there are other symptoms, but here are what I think the most crucial ones. The first one would be the culture. So, the culture being profit and performance first and foremost, above and beyond employee well-being. It's not that an organization cannot strive to have profit or performance, but when it is done in a way that hurts or hinders employees' well-being, then you have a sign of a toxic workplace. Of course, this leads to a lack of work-life balance for employees, and we know that is associated with employee mental health. You've got unmanageable workloads and unreachable goals, leaving employees feeling depleted, employees feeling as though they can never excel in their workplace. Lack of recognition is another element for the work that employees are doing. Kind of the idea that employees are there to serve us and not recognizing all of the time and effort that employees invest in their work, in their organization. I think one of the biggest element of a toxic or symptom of a toxic workplace is lack of respect, and that can be seen in the organizational culture. It can also be seen in the way that business is handled. And when we talk about respect, there's a link there with incivility. There's also a link to conflict in the workplace. There's also lack of respect when you talk about other types of violent behaviors, such as harassment in the workplace, and even in discrimination. So lack of respect is part of a lot of problematic behaviors and violent behaviors in the workplace. And that lack of respect in toxic workplaces is not only present, it's tolerated, and it's sometimes it's even desired. Employees have no voice. So in toxic workplaces, usually you've got top-down decisions, top-down communication, and employees' needs and voices and concerns are not a priority. And you have those organizations that pride themselves in being employee first and caring about their employees, but their actions don't follow their words. And those are what I would call fake caring types of workplaces or cultures. And that is very dangerous. It actually, in my opinion, can be even more dangerous than an openly toxic workplace in the sense that those organizations attract employees who believe that they will be working in a safe work environment. But once they are in, they realize that the safety is only in words. And so that is another sign of toxic workplaces. There's no support for employees' needs. So either management doesn't care, or you've got sometimes laissez-faire leadership, so absent leaders. The other form of leadership that would be associated with not supporting employees, of course, would be abusive leaders or autocratic leaders as well who don't believe in supporting their employees. In toxic workplaces, any type of difference from what leadership or the culture believes is the right way to be or associated with success is seen as a flaw. So if you are different in gender, in age, in ethnic background, it can be also sexual orientation. even other types of individual differences, such as personality traits. You have people who would be neurodivergent. All of those differences are seen as flaws instead of trying to understand who your employees are and using these differences as strengths for your team. And then I guess the last one I want to address is an important one. In a toxic workplace, employees who come forward with problems, or whistleblowers, if you want to call them that, are seen as problematic employees. They are seen as not fitting in. They are seen as troublemakers instead, and oftentimes they're retaliated against instead of looking at these employees as courageous and wanting to better the workplace and caring about having a positive workplace, caring about their organization and their organization's culture. So, and sometimes also they do it for their colleagues' well-being. Some are those are some of the symptoms that are associated with toxic workplaces. In other videos, we will address them in more detail, and I'll look at solutions for dealing with some of those symptoms. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourself and the people around you. Until next time, bye bye.